Good morning. I am checking the pollinator seed that we put into a few buckets, and today we're going to be spreading the seed over 3 acres, and this seed consists of about 37 different kinds of native pollinators that are going to help bring in bees and butterflies and things like that. And some of those seeds include brown-eyed Susan, black-eyed Susan, gray-head coneflower, wild bergamot, false sunflower, white prairie clover, smooth blue aster, New England aster. So this is going to be pretty cool. It's going to take about 3 years for the 3 acres to get settled and really grow and have that kind of prairie pollinator area. And this seed has a good mix of things will be growing in spring and then go away, but then there's other seed that will grow during the middle of the summer and then at the end of the summer as well. So that's going to be really neat. And this is the 3-acre portion that we're going to be spreading the seed, and then in this around the pollinator grass is where we're going to be in the future planting the pine trees. We're gonna see how this works. We're gonna hook up that spreader to the Ranger and see how it goes, and if it doesn't work out, we'll have to do the push spreader.
Didn't think I needed any of these. It's just that I dumped the bucket out to use the bucket.
We quickly realized that the ground is so uneven that when we're driving, the spreader was bouncing so much that the seed was coming out. So Luke had to sit in the back of the Ranger and hold the spreader down with his feet so that way the seed would go through the spreader instead of out the top. And also there's a control on the spreader that opens and closes the door on the bottom to allow the seed to go out. So when I'm doing the turns and I'm outside of the pollinator field and in where the pine trees are going to grow, he's shutting off the spreader. And then when I've turned around and gone back into where the pollinator field is going to be, he's opening that door back up.
This is our 3-acre field that we measured out. We then measured in half that way, and we measured in half that way. So we divided the field into quarters. For each one of the quarters, we're spreading the seed in 2 passes. We're going north to south with 1 pass of seed. And then we're taking the second bucket of seed and we're going east to west. And the reason we do that is because it's really hard to turn around in the field and come back in exactly the right spot. Even just the way that I drew the lines, you can see that there's a bigger gap here and a smaller gap here. So there's less seed right here and more seed right here. And when we go back and forth and cross paths, it helps us to spread the seed out more even across the field. So each one of these quarters gets cut into half. So that's why we have the seed divided into 8 buckets, so that each one of these north-south or east-west passes in a quarter of the field will each get 1 bucket of seed. And that's how we make sure that we spread out all of the seed over the entire thing evenly. Even with that, it's still very difficult to get the seed spread to the exact amount so that you run out exactly when you finish the field. So there's still some driving around to spread out what little bit is left over. Or if we run out, we have to try and drive faster and make it last. The seed that we ordered is 3 pounds of seed per acre, which is about enough to fill an ice cream bucket. It's not very much seed and it's difficult to spread out across an area that big. So we had filler material added. They put 7 pounds of rice hulls in with each of the 3 pounds of pollinator seed. So for each acre, we now have 10 pounds of material to spread. So the 10 pounds of seed with the rice hulls almost fills 2 5-gallon pails, roughly, or at least an eighth of the total. Our total for the 3 acres was actually about 40 pounds. But we divided that into 8 and spread it like that.
The seed is blending in with the ground, so what we're doing is we're using these tennis balls to help me know where the line is. Each pass, Luke is dropping the tennis ball, so that way when I turn around I know exactly which way I need to go. And now that we're at the end, I've got to go pick them all up. Thank you for your support today and joining. We're finally finished with spreading all of the pollinator seed for the 3 acres. In 3 years, we'll see the results of that. Unfortunately, we cannot see our hard work today. It's all blending in with the ground. If you enjoyed this video and you like what we're doing to grow pollinator seed and build up this forest, please give us a like, please subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.